Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and I welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today I got a pretty interesting topic that I'm sure is going to get a lot of people in their feelings, so let me get into it. So the topic is, was Usain Bolt right for telling ShaCarri Richardson to get focused? So that's the topic I want to get into in today's video. But before we get into that, I want you guys to please make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. So we all know that ShaCarri Richardson has been one of the most discussed sports figures in the news as of recent. It all started dating back to the Tokyo Olympics, right? This all really precipitated then, where she was one of the fastest runners in the world, really, and she was supposed to go out there and compete at the Tokyo Olympics, I think for the 100-meter dash. And then she tested for marijuana. And because of that, you know, marijuana being one of the substances that's on the ban list that no one is allowed to use, she was disqualified from participating in the Tokyo Olympics. And of course, it created a groundswell of support for her. People like Dwayne Wade and others came out in her support. And the only thing that's quite strange about Dwayne Wade showing his support that I didn't quite understand, I don't know if he was pandering, I don't really know what Dwayne Wade was doing, was because Dwayne Wade was an Olympic athlete. Dwayne Wade is an Olympic gold medalist. So he's fully aware of all of the things that you're able to do and things that you're not able to do, all of the substances that you're not able to use and all of these different things. So I wasn't understanding why he was throwing his support when she broke the rule, given the fact that if he did the exact same thing, he wouldn't be able to compete in the Tokyo Olympics. I mean, be able to compete in the Olympics in the past, given the fact that he's a gold medalist. So I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was trying to accomplish by doing that. But nevertheless, he came out there and he threw his support to her. Then she made some comments, you know, after the fact, after being disqualified from attending the Tokyo Olympics. And she basically said that the event wouldn't be the same, maybe because she felt like she brought a lot of electricity to the building, whatever the case was. She felt as if, you know, that she wouldn't, the thing wouldn't be the same. So anyway, the story kind of died down. They had the Olympics, and you know, it went off without a hitch. Then a few weeks later, they had the Diamond Leagues, right? And at the Diamond Leagues is another big sporting sprinting event in the sprinting world. So she participated in that, and in the Diamond Leagues, she was running against the majority of the field that she would have faced had she gone to the Tokyo Olympics. So what happened? She went in there and she lost. She came in last place, and the top three sprinters were the Jamaican sprinters, and they dominated the event, right? As they dominated the Tokyo Olympics, as they seem to dominate the sport of sprinting, like they just dominated, right? So they go out there and they dominate. And then what happens at the end of the race? You can see her. You know, she steps up to the lectern, steps up to the mic, and she starts talking about, you know, my people are doubting me and my haters and all of these different things, right? And this created another big firestorm around ShaCarri Richardson. Hope I'm pronouncing her name properly. And some people came out in her defense, like Chad Ochocinco, and others came, you know, in her defense. I think Ryan Clark, the former NFL player, he came out and defended her. And then Emmanuel Acho was like, this is what happens when you talk a big game and blah, 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 blah. And then Marcellus Wiley got into it, and then different people got into it. And then I think they did a segment on I Am Athlete. They started going back. So a lot of people were talking about this ShaCarri Richardson thing. Some people were like, you know, maybe she's going through a lot of things mentally. And some people were like, please just cut it out. Like, you know, since when does a person that loses start to talk? So many different people were talking about it, right? And we even covered it. And the majority of the people that saw our live that we did on it, they sided with us. But obviously, you had some people that that pushed back. They were unimpressed with some of the things that I was saying. However, recently, one of the greatest athletes to ever live, the fastest man in the history of the world, and Usain Bolt, he was asked some questions, or he was asked to give a comment or give his thoughts on ShaCarri Richardson, and he basically said exactly what he said. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read some of the things that he said, and I'm getting this here from the New York Post, and I'm going to read a little bit of what he said. So he told the Post, in this case, we're referring to Usain Bolt. He said, "I will tell ShaCarri to train harder and to be focused and not say too much. If you talk that big talk, you have to back it up." He continues, "So just train hard and focus on that and try to come back and do it. Then talk about it," right? So those are Usain Bolt's comments on that. And I'm very, very sure that, you know, some people are going to feel a type of way about it. Now, before we published this video, before we did this video, we put up a post on our channel, right? We put up a community post and we asked the question, was Usain Bolt right for what he said, basically? And about 10,000 people voted in that poll. We did it about a day or two ago. And out of that 10,000 people, 95% of the people that voted agreed with Usain Bolt, right? 95% of the people agreed with him. But 5% of the people disagreed with him, right? They thought that what he said, they just disagreed, right? And I'm assuming they thought that what he said is wrong. Now, let me tell you where I stand on this. I 150% agree with Usain Bolt. 150% agree with him. I do. Because the fact of the matter is, his advice is good. Like, that advice works not just for people in sports. You can apply that advice to anybody in the world. You literally could. Like, who talks before they accomplish the thing that they're talking about? Who does that? A cuckoo person does that. Somebody that's cuckoo, right? Now, some people say, okay, you can speak it into existence. Yeah, you can speak it into existence. But at a certain point, people get tired of you talking about speaking things into existence. At a certain point, you got to go out there and do it. Otherwise, you're just blowing hot air. Period. Right? You can talk about, I'm gonna be about it. After a while, people are like, yeah, we support you, we get it. And then after a while, people want to see the results. If you're not doing the results, you're just running your mouth, and nobody wants to hear somebody like this, right? Nobody wants to hear it. And essentially, that's what Usain Bolt is saying. He's like, you talk a big game, you haven't backed it up yet. So how about you talk less, do more. After you accomplish it, then you talk. And then some people are saying, like I listen to Chad Ochocinco, oh, you're trying to dumb down her personality. That's who she is. And I love it about her and all of these different things. And, it leads me to this notion, which is this. Is it possible that people can be criticized in today's world? Because what seems to be the case is this. When people do right, it's like you can only talk about people when they do things right. The moment they do things wrong, you can't say anything about them. And the moment you do say something say something about them, or you're a bit critical about them, oh, you're hating. Oh, you're trying to dim their light. Oh, you don't know what this person is going through. All of these different things. And I'm like, so basically, if I'm understanding you correctly, this means that you can't tell people nothing nowadays. All you can do is just say nice things about people. And if you're not saying anything nice, then, oh my God, you must be insensitive. Oh, you must hate this person. And I'm just trying to understand, where are we going? Are we getting to a point in which we can't tell ourselves the truth? Because some people will say, okay, don't criticize, don't tell ShaCarri that, right? You don't have the right to tell her that. Okay, so who does? Apparently people close to her are not. So who's the one who can tell us the truth? Who's it going to be? Right? We can't say it, so who can say it? Nobody can say it. Nobody can tell you the truth. So basically, we want to be in a PC world where everybody's politically correct. No one gets to say what they really think, and we just all need to just be up there lying to each other. Thank God I don't have friends like that. Thank God I have friends that'll tell me the truth. Thank God I have friends like that, because those people will keep you honest. And it seems to me a lot of people, oh, you shouldn't have said it. But apparently, 95% of the people that voted in that poll agree with Usain Bolt. And the best part about it is, what are you going to say about Usain Bolt? There's nothing you can say about him. He's the most accomplished sprinter in the history of the world. So this is the GOAT himself talking. But nevertheless, you will still find some people out there. Oh, I saw a comment somebody left talking about, oh, you're just telling her to basically shut up and dribble. And sometimes I wonder how some people process information. Really, it makes me wonder, like, how do some people come to the conclusions that they come to? It's like you hear that, and that's what you were able to extrapolate from that. That's what you were able to ascertain from those comments. It's mind-boggling. But at a certain point, people have to be able to be held accountable. Period. End of story. We do it to our politicians. We do it to our brothers and sisters. We do it to our parents, but you can't do it to your favorite celebrity, right? Can't do that. You can hold your brother accountable. You can cuss your sister out when she takes your food out of the fridge. You can tell your girlfriend off or your boyfriend off when he pisses you off, or your husband or your wife. You can do that. You can cuss out your parents. You can cuss out a coworker. But let somebody cuss out somebody. Oh, no. Oh, they're going through stuff and blah, blah, blah. And let me quickly say this to close. You can't use an excuse that can be applied to literally everybody in the world. How can you say that you don't know what that person is. Yeah, but you can say that about everybody. You don't know what everybody's going through. And are people trying to say, well, this person is going through something, and therefore what? There are things that they're going through more important than the things other people are going through. What do you mean? What are you saying? That somehow their problems are more profound than their problems are more important than the problems other people are going through? Who are you? Who do you feel like you are to be saying that about people? How do you get to decide that this person's problems are more important than other people's problems? Who are you? So you basically by saying that, what you're saying is this: you put this person above others. You believe that this person is above other people, so therefore their problems are more important than other people. And if that's how you feel, then you have a very low self-view of yourself. That's a reflection of that, if that's going to be your argument. The fact of the matter is, people go through problems in the entire world. It's not something unique to one person. Everybody experiences problems. Everybody. And nobody wants to hear about the fact that, oh, life is tough for the majority of the people in the world. The majority of the people, whether they have money, they don't, they're going through things in this world. So when you're talking about, you don't know what they're going through. Yeah, but you can say that about everybody. So that's not an excuse. And it looks as if people are trying to use that to circumvent telling people the truth. No, don't say that because you don't know what they're going through. Yeah, but everybody may be going through something. So for me, that line of thinking is something I don't align myself with, that they're going to people that disagree with me. If I could tell you how much I don't care, if I could quantify it, if I can visualize it to you and show you how much I don't care about what those people think, I would do it. I really don't care, because this is my opinion. A lot of people agree with me on this. And if you disagree, that's your right. Totally. But this is my right to say what I feel. And I'm glad that he said it, because it's the bloody truth. It's the truth. Who talks before they accomplish something? Only a delusional person does that, and even an even more delusional person would back that up. And I'm beginning to believe the only people that will support something like this are people themselves that are not accomplished, that are not doing anything, but have a big mouth. Because I don't understand how somebody that doesn't accomplish something at the highest, you accomplish something. What we're talking about, so what? We're going to settle for mediocrity, basically. You're telling me that that's her goal. Her goal is to come in 6th place, 2nd place. That's the goal. No, she's competing to be the best in the world. And until you get that result, you don't get to talk. It's like people in the NBA. People are trying to win championships. So you get to tell me the dude that gets knocked out in the first round gets to talk like the dude that won the finals MVP. Are you kidding me? Is this the world we live in? Is this the world we live in? So basically, with that line of thinking, everybody should be able to talk. Hell, you should be able to go ask anybody. Everybody should have an opinion. People that have accomplished something, everybody should be on the same level, the same playing field. If you want to run $100 million, $200, $300 million company, you should be able to ask the guy that hasn't even ran a lemonade stand. He should be able to have an opinion too, right? Because, he should. What are we talking about here? You got to accomplish things. And if you're not accomplished, you don't get to speak on certain things. And people that do have the right to say those things because they went through the mud. They went through the work. So Usain Bolt is he's overqualified to speak on it. And I agree with him. But I'm sure a lot of people are going to disagree, and that's your business. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about the things that Usain Bolt said? What do you think about some of the things that I said? And ultimately, what are your thoughts on this issue? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Catch you guys on the next episode.